Hey guys, today we're going to look at a new unit, pretty simple algebraic fractions. It's called, we're starting with lesson 1, which is just simplifying algebraic fractions. So you're going to see several fractions with different algebraic expressions in them. In example 1, you're looking at an algebraic fraction that contains only one term in the numerator and one term in the denominator. So when you have one term, or monomials, we call them, all you have to do is cross cancel the common parts, like we've done this in the past. So the 8 and the 24 have a common factor of 8, so you divide out the common factor. 8 goes into itself, one time, and 8 goes into 24 3 times. And then you have the variables, which you subtract exponents. So the a's, I'm going to subtract 6 minus 2. I get a to the 4th, but that's going to be in the in the denominator, because there are more a's down there. And then the b's, I'll subtract exponents. I get b to the 0, which is 1, so I don't show that. And then 10 minus 5, I get c to the 5th, but that's going to be in the numerator because that one had more c's. So my final reduced answer is 1c to the 5th, which is just c to the 5th, over 3a to the 4th. We've done those in the past, though those should be something you're comfortable with and that you understand. In examples 2 and on, we're going to end up having two terms, binomials. Anytime you come across a binomial, you have to factor it in order to simplify first. So always look for a GCF first. My denominator here, I have a GCF of 2 goes into everything, x goes into both terms, and y to the 4th goes into both terms. So I factor out my GCF and I say, okay, 2 times what is 12, 6, and then I need another x, and I don't need any more y's, minus, and then 2 times 1, I'm not going to write the 1, because I need y to the 1st to get the y to the 5th. And then my numerator, I'm going to keep 8x cubed y squared. And then you can simplify monomials with monomials. So this x cubed y squared can be simplified with the 2xy to the 4th, but not with the parentheses, the binomial here. So I'm going to cross cancel. 2 goes into 8 4 times. One of these x's goes into one of those x's. I'm left with x squared. And the y squared cancels with the y to the 4th. I have y to the 2nd, but there are more y's in the denominator, so that ends up in the denominator. So my final answer is everything that's left. I just copy it down. It would be 4x squared in the numerator, and then in the denominator, y squared times 6x minus y. Okay, we'll take a look at another one. Example 3. Again, if you see a binomial, factor first. So my numerator, I'm going to try to factor first. 3x minus 2 can't be factored. Okay, anything that has, I'm just writing factor first to remind yourself. This one can't be factored, so I'm going to copy it down, 3x minus 2. My denominator, factor first, I have a GCF of 2x. So 2x times 3x and 2x times negative 2. Now, you can cross cancel binomials that are identical. 3x minus 2 over 3x minus 2 can cancel out with each other. And so you would be left, what's left is 1 over 2x. So if there's nothing in the numerator, there's an invisible 1. So general rules that we just covered are that in example 2, monomials, one term at a time, can be simplified with each other because they have common factors. But not, a monomial cannot simplify with a binomial in parentheses. And in example 3, binomials can only be simplified if they exactly match, because anything divided by itself equals 1. So 3x minus 2 divided by 3x minus 2, there's always invisible parentheses, equals 1. That's what allows us to divide them out and cross cancel. Okay, we'll take a look at some more. Example 4. Again, remember to always factor first. Anything with binomials or trinomials, factor first. So I look in my numerator and I see a GCF. R goes into both terms. So it'll be r times r minus 1. And in my denominator, I have a GCF of r squared. And it'd be times r squared minus 1. Now, you should catch also that this r squared minus 1 can be factored again. Okay, that's difference of squares. Factoring is a topic that never goes away. You need to know it for everything that you do in high school math. So it's really important that you've got your factoring skills down. So this is going to now become, I'm going to keep my numerator, and my denominator will become r squared times r plus 1 times r minus 1. Now, I can cross cancel monomials with monomials. So r and r squared can cross cancel together. Go into itself once, goes into itself r times. And matching binomials with each other. So r minus 1 divides out with r minus 1 to equal 1. So whatever's left is your final answer. Your final answer would be 1 in the denominator over, and then you would have r times r plus 1 in the denominator. And you would leave it like that. You would not distribute the r back in. This is called factored form. Factored form means that you're not multiplying the r into the parentheses because you want the person to see the factors so that they can see that there are no more common factors to simplify. Okay, and we'll do one more for today. Example 5. Let's, again, I'm always going to write this, factor first. Okay, numerator, I look for a GCF, 5 goes into them. 5 times m minus 3. Denominator, I don't see a GCF, but this is reverse FOIL. M times m is m squared. I need factors of 30 that add up to 13. So it'll be 3 times 10. Remember, the positive here tells you the signs are the same, and the middle tells you that they're both negative. Now remember, I could factor monomials with monomials. So when I look at my monomial, 5, I don't have any other monomial to simplify with it. So the 5 is going to stay there. And I can simplify matching binomials because they divide out to equal 1. So m minus 3 divides out with m minus 3 to equal 1. So what's left is my answer, 5 over m minus 10. That's it. The 5 cannot simplify with the 10 because m minus 10 is a binomial. 5 doesn't go into m minus 10. It only goes into the 10. So that's it. Now, if you want to put the parentheses on m minus 10, you can. You don't have to. You could leave it without parentheses. The parentheses are optional. So you could leave it 5 over m minus 10 like that, or you could insert the parentheses. All right, and we'll be working on these in class today also, and continue with this tomorrow. Okay, thanks.